Carrie Bradshaw YouTube channel. In this video, we need to have a family discussion real quick. I'm literally in the middle of packing to visit home in Atlanta for the holidays just so that I can hunker down with my family. It's supposed to snow here in New York tomorrow, so I'm hoping I can beat the bad weather. And I just really felt like I felt like for my channel to be a safe space for people to discuss identity, especially as I continue to be on my wellness journey, which is inclusive of physical wellness, which means fitness, not necessarily weight loss. Although, to be honest, that is something that I am hoping will be a result of some of the changes that I'm making as a whole. I really felt like I would be remiss if I didn't address what's going on with Lizzo right now. I am deeply uncomfortable with the level of entitlement that people are expressing over this Black woman's body. Number one, I think I myself am currently, as I continue on this journey, I think that we sometimes maybe look at celebrities as if they have arrived somewhere. And basically Lizzo this past week was very candid about the fact that she'd come back from a trip, took off her clothes, and just did not feel good about her body. And I felt like that was such a good thing and such a great moment of honesty and transparency for someone who is such a huge advocate of body positivity and going against fat phobia, to speak out and say, hey, I'm having a hard time today. I think that that's the kind of honesty and transparency that people need as they're learning to embrace their bodies, because it is a journey and not a destination. No matter how confident you may be as a person, or how much you have embraced mindful self-compassion and self-love and self-care, there will still always be days where you do not feel your absolute best. And I think that it's okay for people to say, hey, I'm not feeling great today. And they should be able to say that and feel welcome and feel safe, especially in a community that they have had such a huge hand in building. Every 5 minutes, Lizzo is twerking naked or in a thong, or, you know, wearing things that people say that if you're a certain size, you aren't supposed to wear. I think that Lizzo, literally every time you turn around, Lizzo is using her platform to say this is how some bodies look, and that's okay and should be celebrated just like every other body. And the way that that woman has taken on so much criticism in such a public way, where other people who are part of that community, regular people like you or I, sure, we have our difficulties from day to day, not feeling fully seen or feeling fully accepted, for not being like a size 0 or having like a purchased body with these wildly, oftentimes unattainable measurements. We don't have to deal with the scrutiny that Lizzo does, and she still uses her platform in such a vulnerable way to say, hey, the way that my body is okay, and I hope that you feel okay about your body too. And for her to have receive this level of judgment and vitriol from people who claim to be fans and claim to be supporters of hers, that is so shitty. I don't think that people realize that by telling a woman that you can't sit with us unless you are a certain size, it's also messed up to tell a woman who identifies as fat, as plus size, as, however they want to identify their bodies. You're just as bad as diet culture, which tells people, a multi-billion-dollar industry, by the way, which profits off of telling people that you're not okay unless you look like this. You're just as bad as mainstream culture that tells, especially women, especially Black women, you're not okay unless you look like this. By being a part of a body positivity movement and telling her that she's not welcome or she's not accepted unless she maintains a certain level of fatness that's acceptable to y'all, that's just as harmful. What I'm really uncomfortable seeing, and of course I've seen Black women coming out and speaking against her and saying that they feel abandoned or that she's being fat phobic by wanting to feel better about her body. Wild to me. I'm desperately uncomfortable seeing white women, especially white women who consider themselves to be allies to the Black Lives Matter movement, expressing this level of entitlement over a Black woman's body. Look at the optics. I say this as a person who I myself struggle with body acceptance, and I understand that I say that as someone who is not generally considered fat to some people. To some people I am. I know 100% things have been said about me and about my body in my office. And I navigate the world differently than someone who is Lizzo's size. I fully understand that. But what I also want to impress upon everyone is that everybody is struggling with the way that they look in some regard. I know, there's this whole thing about Black girls getting nose jobs. I very intentionally do not contour my nose. When I get my makeup done, I do not allow my makeup artist to contour my nose because I like having a Black girl nose. It's just not something that I personally struggle with. But when I see other Black girls who are celebrities who I admire and they get a nose job, I don't feel betrayed by them because I don't have to navigate the world the way that they do. I have to navigate the world in my body, not theirs. I get so excited when Rihanna or Beyonce puts on a little bit of weight and we live in a world of thickery and thick B. I absolutely love it, but I do not feel betrayed by them when they slim down. They have to navigate the world in a different way than I have to navigate the world. So why is it that we can say her body, her choice when it's convenient for us, when we're speaking up for abortion rights, but when that's convenient, that's a platform that you're comfortable standing on, but you don't feel like Lizzo has the choice to decide how she wants to navigate the world inside of her own body? That is so messed up. This is exactly the same rhetoric that people use when they talk about feminism, and they say that, like, if you take on a man's last name, that's not feminism, or twerking on a stage is not feminism. I think that you telling a woman how she should perform her womanhood or her identity is antithetical to the liberation of women, particularly Black women. I feel like Lizzo does so much to liberate all kinds of women. Almost every non-Black woman I know is a huge Lizzo stan. Her music, her platform is about making women feel seen. And for her to need a moment of vulnerability and transparency to say, I don't feel great about myself, I'm doing a cleanse. I do have opinions about cleanses 100%, as I'm learning from this dietitian that I follow, who I hope to have on the platform soon. Cleanses are kind of not a thing, but I can't tell someone what they need to do to feel good about themselves. And the fact that people are feeling like they have been abandoned or let down by her, I find that so bizarre. I saw a woman who said that she was gonna get a Lizzo tattoo and now feels like this woman has just wounded her in this incredible way. I just don't think that that's fair. I don't think that it's fair for you to tell people who want to feel good about their bodies and they aren't saying, I'm about to lose X amount of weight. I don't think that it's fair to tell people who need to feel good about themselves how to do that with regard to this conversation. You don't know her medical history. Yes, you can be fat and healthy. You can be fit and healthy. You can be skinny and healthy, just like you can be skinny and unhealthy, or fit from the outside but actually unhealthy. It goes all over the board. I'm just not understanding how it's progressive or productive to come out in huge droves when this woman has already been attacked by people who don't see it for fat people or for fat women and blatantly express fat phobia. She deals with that shit all the time. And for y'all to be a part of her community and come out against her when she fights for y'all on the regular, it's ungrateful, it's entitled, it's giving a colonial vibe that a colonizer vibe that I really don't like. You do not get to make someone else responsible for how you feel about you. That's something that I've had to learn. All of my friends from back home in Atlanta are slim or devote way more time, to be honest, to fitness than I do. I can't hang out with them and because they look a certain way and they walk up on me, just say, oh, you're fat phobic because you lost weight. Girl, what? It's no one's job to make me feel good about me except for me. And Lizzo is a much better woman than I would ever be, because the way I would be telling y'all where you could go in response to the way this woman has fought for for people of all identities, but particularly for plus size women to feel seen and to feel validated. And because she's had a moment of not feeling great about herself, y'all feel wounded and are trying to cancel her. First of all, cancel culture is not a thing. That's not a thing. I'm not even giving y'all that, but just consider what it is that you are making another person responsible for. And something that I have had to learn about the way that I feel about myself, the way that I feel about how I look. If I look to the world, even celebrities who I identify with, if I look to all of these external sources for validation, I will always come up short. I will always feel wounded because people are constantly evolving, constantly trying to see what they need or want to do in order to feel good about themselves. Who am I to tell you that that's wrong? I mean, even when you see people who bleach their skin, I think that that is wild. It never comes out looking good. It's not ever giving what you think it's giving. But if anything, I feel so much empathy and compassion and sadness for people who don't feel good in their actual skin. I don't want to come out and tell you that you're a trash ass bitch. I want to know what happened that made you feel that being darker skinned is not acceptable, and is there a way that we can help you? I don't want to bash you. I want to know what happened and what you need from us as a community. I think we have to get to a place where we start addressing things with more of a spirit of curiosity over conviction. Why wouldn't we look at like I said, the diet industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Why are we not looking at those people who are constantly telling us that we're okay, but we could always be a little bit better if we did this? Look at them. Place the blame on them for why we live in a system or a society where that's okay, instead of blaming this woman who is under a level of scrutiny and pressure that I do not personally know because I am not a celebrity, and offer her some support as much as she has done for us. Like, are you nuts? Look at yourselves. Extend some compassion to yourself so that you can extend some compassion to her, and stop making celebrities responsible for how you feel about yourself. That's not their job. That's your job. And if you have the privilege to have access to therapy, that's your therapist's job. Whether you need to do it through prayer, through journaling, through meditation, whatever you need to do, a part of your journey of self-acceptance needs to be personal accountability for how you feel about you. Because attacking this woman because she's having a moment of not feeling great about herself is so shitty. It's not productive. You're bastardizing the word fat phobia by telling Lizzo that she's, girl, I need to get back to packing so that I can beat the storm. I hope that you all find ways to enjoy yourself, to eat if you want to eat, damn it, okay, without counting calories and thinking about all that stuff. Enjoy your holiday in a safe and productive way, all right? And don't let nobody tell you what your body's supposed to look like. Damn it, especially not no damn white women. The way they, girl, that's another conversation for another day. Anyway, you guys be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, extend words of support to Lizzo. Damn it, she does enough. Trifling hoes. Anyway, take care, bye.